Us first here.
Hello, good evening, scribes. We have a special cast for you today. It's somewhat crept up on me randomly, but I have some brothers on the line, on the private line, on this Wednesday, the 12th of February, and I appreciate that we're all tired and it is 7 GMT. We're going to have a chat with brother Anders and brother, let me get this right, Ahura, which would be Ahura master. That's Persian. I've just been told how to spell it, and we're going to chat with brother Anders and brother Ahura, aka Enki, my new contact, friend, and brother. So, brothers, do you want to say hello? My channel and tribes, over to you two.
Hello, people. Hello, how are you? Good to be here. Good to be with you wherever you are. Thank you.
Yes, and my name is Anders, and I'm a good friend of Ahura and David, of course. And and we are here to talk about the Gans, the plasma. And I don't have so much to say about it because I'm still learning from Ahura. But he's here to explain everything, how it works, and the function of it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I just had to stop us. We've just been introduced. I have just been introduced to Ahura, and Anders and I and Ahura were chatting, and I just said I needed to stop, and then to save repeating the things we just talked about then was truly amazing. To just say we've only just met and this is really fresh. It's only within the last 20 minutes we've frequented Ahura and myself, and I asked him about the Gans because obviously, those that have seen the video that's on the channel, I've had some bracelets sent and some necklaces from brother Anders that is fashioned together for looking at evaluation and testing, and they contain some I won't tell you what they contain. I'll let the boys tell you what they contain because they're the masters, Ahura master and master Anders before you, and I David. So I've been wearing this on my wrist, Anders, on my right hand. Normally when I use this in the day, I broke this wrist when I was little. It broke on the wrist itself, and this wrist was reset. So as I get older and I move in the day, every day, I get a bit of arthritis, bone pain here quite a lot. So since I've worn that, that's at least 50% less. And it used to click. Before it clicked a lot. It doesn't seem to click as much since I've been wearing it. This is not a product placement item for sale. This is open source Keshe Foundation. Before anybody starts thinking, oh, you're lining us, we're not lining you up for a sale. I'm just having a chat with some brothers about some atomic, subatomic technologies, vibrations and frequencies, and how we might benefit as a family, clan, tribe from this technology. So I've set us up, Anders and brother Ahura master, Enki in Persian. Do you want to take it away and explain a bit more about, you did say that to understand this, you need to understand creation. I thought that was rather beautiful when you said that.
Yes, in order to have some kind of overall solution, which is we are looking for, you need to understand the process of creation, how the creation has been, not the Big Bang theory or Darwin's story of evolution or Einstein's relativity. Unfortunately, we have been fed with lots of BS since 70th century, and the science, as a scientist, it's very unfortunate to find us in this position. But now we have something working, and it's called plasma and plasma technology. Even the plasma name has been misused in different other places, doesn't show the real working. But This plasma technology presented by Dr. Keshe is simple theory, understandable about the creation, the way universe has been created. And when you ask the scientist, show me where the electron is positioned, they don't know. When we look inside the electron microscope, they have just statistical models we have to believe in. Otherwise, we can never know if there is an electron or where they are. So now we have some theory we can work on. It works and it gives the result. You can test it, you can measure it, and you can repeat it. These three is necessary to make a scientific experiment. You need to have to measure the test, repeat it. Yes. The Gans is, according to Dr. Keshe, Gans is the fourth state of matter. When you play with it, you see what's really happening. There is lots of new education materials I have put lots of them on my business site. So you can follow on, get in touch. I have never seen anyone leading the community. I have never been a student of Keshe, but because I have my degrees and work experience, so I try to be independent researcher always. We need some researchers working independently, because if all of people are together working, so they get color somehow. I am one of those like the challenge to work alone by myself. So I have done it and gone back and checked what they have been working with. So we go back to the Gans. Gans is the universe, the principal matter in building the universe, according to the Dr. Keshe, is a magnetic ray. Everything producing some kind of magnetic ray. When those magnetic rays get together, we call it as a plasma. It's the magnetic interaction, different magnetic ray interacting with each other, creates two types of force.
Magnetic and gravitational.
Gravitational. It means magnetic Gans and gravitational Gans. When we make Gans on the iron, it's magnetical Gans. It means it's radiating out power in form of coherence radiation out. When we're talking about the gravitational Gans, we're talking about CO2 or zinc or Cu or copper monoxide. They are gravitational. They have a gravitational properties. It means they are sucking in the power from environment. It's very useful to use it as I would like to describe the virus control kit we have. It's a way also to describe how the Gans, different kind of Gans working. Is it okay?
Yeah. Describe. Yeah, please continue.
We have a virus control kit. It's simply the way to treat the viruses in space. In space, there is no bacteria, there is no microbes, it's only virus. And there is no doctor to treat you. You need to treat yourself. So it's a simple.
You are talking about the space technology now.
Yes, we are researching in space technology. We are adapting space technology to be used on Earth by humans. Actually, I'm not interested in space because I try to adapt that technology back to Earth. I will stay here. But the virus and, say, cancer cells, as an electric engineer, we describe the virus or cancer cells as a mechanism that sucks energy from environment, from cells in the body. There are mechanisms. The virus is not living thing, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a mechanism of environment.
Okay, so it's not it's not born in nature, by nature, on a biological basis. It's like a biological system or machine, a program, a little robot,
yes,
a cell, program.
Depending on environment, it can become reality in different mechanisms. So when you have a virus in your body, it has in the accumulating energy from cells around it. It has lots of charges, and it continues to suck the energy from cells in the body. The virus or the cancer cell is the same for us. We see it as an engineer, as a mechanism sucking energy from the environment, killing cells. So if we can make Gans with the gravitational property, which is actually, Gans is a radioactive material, but we do it on copper, zinc, or iron, but you can do it on heavy metals and make it very strong effects. But we keep us to the metals related to the nature and the body, so we doesn't harm.
So it's not an harmful radiation.
Every living thing is radioactive. Actually, vegetations, animals, our body, but we keep it in our related environment. We don't go heavy ways. So if we can make Gans of CO2 and copper monoxide, those two Gans are gravitational, strongly gravitational. When we drink it or inhale or use it to breathe in the Gans, it comes in near the viruses in the body. And because the plasma technology is only about the balance, you cannot misuse plasma technology. You cannot, there is no overcharge, there is no short circuit in plasma. It's only about balance. If two bodies with different charges sitting near each other, the weaker one takes what it needs to become balanced with the stronger one. It's the nature of plasma. You cannot misuse it.
The laws, is it some similar to in alchemy, the laws of equal exchange? They have these laws.
That is,
yeah?
You cannot kill yourself with Gans. It's not possible. You cannot misuse it. You can drink it as much as you can.
What about
not recommended, but
this inside? Sorry to interrupt you, but you know the liquid inside this bracelet that Anders has sent me.
We drink that one every day. I have been drinking that in 10 years now.
You've been drinking.
No, we don't drink the Gans. We are drinking the water that the Gans has been in.
Oh, when the amino acids or the plasma water you was on about. Is that something that he was talking to me?
Gans water, you drink Gans water because you will save the Gans. You cannot harm yourself with Gans. It's not possible.
Okay, so it's good to know. Thank you.
Only to clarify this, the Gans water is not Gans in itself. It is charged by the Gans.
Yes. I know what you mean.
Actually, yes, and no.
Thank you, Andrew.
Because there is a small amount, but we don't see them. It's maybe clear water, but there is always, because you can see nanoparticles, you don't see them.
May I just stop everything, because I'm interested in asking you, what is your connection with Enki then, when I introduced you as your name?
I'm looking.
Please explain
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, you're looking for Enki. I just want to say to the scribes that are in, we got some listeners, Jerry, Eric, Tommy, Albert, John, Quinn, and I think that's it so far. I'm not going to go through the comments. Thank you for your time and listening. We have a scientist and a brother on with Brother Anders that's going to explain to us a few of his interests and how he makes what he makes and why he makes it and what benefit it may be for our health and for our future. So yes, Brother Enki, you're looking for Enki. Well, from my discovery, I know these sky gods or half breeds, or they go by many names. They are recorded to live for hundreds of thousands of years. So I don't know about Enki himself and his age limit, but go on, over to you, brother. Please explain.
Let me clarify the process with the viruses first, then I will go back, because
all right, sorry,
to understand the technology, you need to read the history also, because this technology is not new, it's old, it's few thousand years old, but we have lost the knowledge.
Kudos. Go on, brother.
Yes. Okay. When you use the gravitational Gans, so these Gans coming in contact with the virus and suck the energy from virus, because it's about getting neutral in charge. Virus has been charged up for a while, and Gans comes in contact with virus, sucks the virus. It makes the environment neutral, help the cells of the body to begin their work, take over the virus and clean up. So simple is it. No difficult.
So the Gans, what you've just explained there is that the Gans in one of these or something, then if you had it near you, would near a body, a sick human, would take the cell strength, the power from the virus and take it, the Gans would take it away from the virus then, yeah?
It's like looking at three magnets with different sizes. The cell is the smallest one.
Yeah.
The virus is the middle one. And when Gans comes in, is a bigger one. So Gans is gravitational Gans. It sucks off the energy from the middle one.
Ah, very clever.
Unless the small one do its job. So simple. And so beautiful.
It's physics. Beautiful. What you're talking about is cells with energy, the energy within a cell, the types of cells, and then the types of Gans and the gravitation. There's a key point here that you've mentioned then. There's a gravitational effect of which it sucks out the energy from surrounding. If it's a big enough magnet, then if you're talking power, then magnets versus magnets, a weaker magnet and a stronger magnet, the stronger magnet would win over the weaker magnet, or it would have more power. Yes. Yeah, so it's a simple. You said it's thousands of years old, really? Thousands? Oh wow! Yes.
So, do you hear anything? Okay, Ahura's wife can be problematic sometimes because he actually got problem sometimes to reach out. There is forces that sometimes want to stop him.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
But think of that. If you in treating the virus, if you use the Gans from iron, which is magnetical, you would provide virus with more energy. It's nothing we want to do. It's the opposite side. To treat the virus, we use the gravitational Gans, not the magnetical Gans. Otherwise, we give the virus more power. So you understand now the properties as a gravitational and magnetical.
We do now. Thank you for highlighting the properties. Yeah, gravitational and magnetical. What gravitational sucks in and magnetical pushes out? Is that what I would? If I was new to this, I would be assuming right. So we have two different directions. One is good. This is amazing. Continue. I'm going to be quiet. Carry on, please.
Very good. Thank you. I'm happy that I could describe this as so simple. And yes, about the history of this technology. When you go back, really looking at Giza in Egypt, you see that Giza is simply said the power stations. They had no wires and cables, but they had rivers of warm water going around them. So this technology is the same. It has been used in many thousand years, but unfortunately,
I've muted myself.
So after the
this
ice
is the inventor
age,
of the Gans, the Iranian man from Sweden.
And after 14
you can't hear me, I'm muted. Hurry up.
It has been powers fusing into misinformed to misdirect
YouTube, sorry.
Scientific
Can't mute
community. Unfortunately. So we have lost all that knowledge really. I'm certain that this knowledge has been used in many thousand years. But we are finding back and we're using it. It's very beautiful to see that same Gans we use in health application, we use it in energy production application. Everywhere, in agriculture, in fish farming, it's the same Gans, it's the same beautiful, simple, understandable property. When it's simple, as a mathematician, you look for beauty in simple solutions. In old days when they didn't had the knowledge about material, couldn't experiment with material, simulate the equations, how did they decide which equation or which result of mathematics was right or wrong? They looked at the result if it was simple. It was beautiful.
Oh, like string theory. String theory is
chance that it was right.
A bit like the string theory, where they say, the string theory is very hard to prove. So is like you said, it's algorithms and it's mathematics, and we have to contemplate it rather than know.
String theory, calculus, bullshit is the same thing. You never can test it. So what are we? We don't have anything to do with that. You cannot test it. It's lots of mathematics. But now you can throw out lots of mathematics. Just use the beautiful, simple, understandable things. Really. Magnetism. Nobody talks about Maxwell and his equation about magnetism. Nobody talks about the real work Tesla did work on. Everybody talking about Hawking's and Galileo, heliocentric solar system. All bullshit we have been fed with.
Yes, you missed out Copernicus.
Think of that, Galileo's heliocentric model of solar system. What the fuck? If the system was a heliocentric, you couldn't see the celestials a greater period of the year because of the light from the sun. If they went beyond the sun, how come you can see them every night? Listen, a child can figure it out. That is bullshit.
Yes, I like the way your dexterity, you've got mental dexterity about the realm and proposed, what would we say, proposed ideas about the existence of the realm and proportionate objects, whether they be, yeah, all right. But
it's lots of misinformation, lots of pseudoscience. But we are used to accept whatever the celebrity scientist says.
Yeah, academia. So you mentioned like someone who isn't academia and academic, Keshe Foundation. Yeah, you said Keshe. Could you explain about this, please?
The doctor, his work is, I find it, I wrote about it in my book also.
Yeah.
The only independent research center I found, really, that is bottom-up movement. He's not looking for fame, he's not looking for money. He's teaching normal people to make devices they can use on everyday life and benefit from it. It's the only movement I find on earth today with this corrupt system that is not going after fame, money, and power. As I said, I don't trust anyone. I have done my task also to find out who he is and what he does. And what can I say? He's not after nothing else, just giving people the technology they can use it, and people do it. Actually, in Asia, people are much more open-minded about this technology. In Europe and West, we are living in much more monopoly system.
Monopoly,
directed information, really.
Do our government?
It's amazing to see in Asia, the China government has been putting lots of money on this technology. In Philippines, in Singapore, they have institutions, clinics for people using this technology to heal people. In West,
wow,
you cannot talk about it. Nobody wants to, and no academia will listen to you. Because in West, we are more homogeneous culture somehow of science and technology. I don't know how to say that.
They don't have fantasy anymore.
No,
they are not thinking outside the realm, you know? Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
No, we know what you mean.
When I began to work with this technology, I know because I followed them in few months only. After that, I began to work by myself. Then we were about 100 people globally. Now it's about over 1 million. His teachings, Dr. Keshe's teachings, you can find it on YouTube in more than 20 languages.
Yeah.
Translated day after day. People making experiments, showing results. Happy people. They get results, they experience with on their mom and pop and getting results, presenting results, and giving out what they have found out. It's beautiful movement. What can I say?
Would you, so, yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah, I'll agree with that before I let that go. Homegrown and backed up. So would you think that the American and English governments know about this technology and the health
Yes,
services, like the health minister? We have a health minister here. He's called Matt Hancock.
Course.
Matt Hancock will be a health minister. We have a health secretary. We have, international.
Of course.
We have a virus going around. Hang on a minute. We have a virus going around, and you've just mentioned the word virus on this. Gans would be able to help. Would this help with the coronavirus? Not to put you on the spot.
It has been. It has been. You can see the video. Dr. Keshe has been. I went back last week and looked on his site. He has been there helping people. Now he has delivered the big device made in his production in Vienna. They have been delivered to China. Crowd of people going through the tunnel and breathing in the Gans and go home.
So I got a bit of
the Chinese government has been putting lots of money last years on this technology. They know about it. I knew that Dr. Keshe's books was written on the normal radio in daytime.
I have a question then. So would bathing in Gans be effective against something like the coronavirus?
It doesn't matter which kind of virus it is. Virus is virus, like
well said.
Cancer cell.
Go on, carry on, yeah. Okay, any virus.
That's the point.
Yeah.
It's a simple system working against the virus mechanism. Yeah. Doesn't matter which kind of virus.
And this is proven, and you have proven evidence of this, or there is Keshe Foundation evidence,
You can.
Oh wow!
I have. I just replay his he's talking for a few years ago. He has been documented video captured experiments in different European hospitals also.
Yeah.
You can ask the foundation for whatever documentation you want. I do it through my experiments. I know what can happen and what cannot happen because I make experiment. I don't need that kind of evidence. But if anyone wants, it's free to ask the foundation for whatever.
The results and the data, the collecting.
They are actually they are very happy to answer people because governments try to ignore them. And there's results. They are happy to present whatever they have for results.
This is. Go on, Anders.
I have one thing to say here. If somebody in the chat now has questions for a little bit later, they should put them up in the chat there, and then we can take those questions later on in the end.
Yeah, well done. Yeah. We will take questions about any type of science, health, then wealth. We've got a very dexterous brother here.
Ahura has the great knowledge of everything from the Babylon and plasma. He got a great field of knowledge. So you can ask almost anything.
All right, then that's good. Well, I want to. Can you explain that this Gans and this technology? You said you can make this for the house to use less electric, or for the car to use less fuel. That's something my scribes would like to know about before we go anywhere else. What else has this science and scientist helped with energy? How to save energy, please? That's what we are focusing on for the planet, for the animal kingdom, for all of our sakes. So please explain.
I do it. Just answer your last question about if government know about this guy.
Oh, I'm always in front. Sorry.
It was about 10 years ago. Keshe Foundation sent out documentation till all European embassies.
Ah, okay.
None of them answered. None.
Okay, that's a bit like Dr. Sam Osmanovic with the Bosnian pyramid. Do you know about him? And
so they know about it, but it's some kind of, this knowledge going against the kebab, going against big pharma, going against energy company.
Yeah. Okay, we get I get the picture. It's
So
suppressed.
yes.
Suppressed technology.
I can tell you that in 3 years I have been paying equal to $25 for my electricity bill. And
Sorry.
that's my,
What?
No, it's true. I've seen his electrical bills, so I know it's true. That's not bullshit.
Are you are you backing him up? Anders is backing him up. Okay, continue, please. Wow.
Of course I do. Of course I do. I've seen it with my own eyes. So I have been installing one unit in my house too, but it has to build up a field first here.
Yeah,
and that's
yes.
Yeah, here you go. You're the expert.
Yes, it took 1 year for me to build up it's converting your grid at home. I took it very easily, but I have it. Every month, summer or winter, doesn't matter. It's the same amount of money I pay. And it's about $25. Summer and winter.
We have to be careful because we're on a cross-continental chat here. So we have different... I'm a man of God, okay? And I will... the creator, not God. I'm a man of the creator. We have to be careful what you talk about because we have many continents on YouTube listening. So different rules and different policies. But no, we can talk about it. It's all good. But I'm just saying that we are not advocating anybody to set any rigs up and bypass. Can I just say I need to give a legal disclaimer because if anybody picks up on this midway through, they may think what's going off or on the replay. We're not discussing how to cheat or not pay on electric bills. What we're talking about is using alchemic ways and beneficial ways to harness the energy that we currently burn, like I do with hydrogen, Doctor. I introduce to the diesel in the combustion engine hydrogen exclusively to up the octane of the diesel burn and to also beneficially keep the engine running costs down, extra MPG, and a very low emissions output is very little particulates and gases. So I don't cheat anybody. I alchemize. We are alchemists, so there's no fraud, there's no theft, and there's no opening plug sockets or opening fuse boxes. I just want to talk about what your hypothesis is with this technology, if that's all right. Yeah, go on, brother. Thank you.
I have my reputation, my job, my education, everything. I would never risk anything. But this technology belongs far in future, so there is no laws about this technology either. As we know, lawmakers are lazy people.
Well said. Yes, that's putting it nicely. Continue.
So it's the same technology as I have in our devices we call plasma car kit. We reduce fuel consumption by at least 20 up to 40%.
We just have to say this, we are not out to sell this now. We only want to explain the technique behind it.
Yeah, that's it. We're helping. That's what we do. It's you're giving the technology to the trust and the family. It's open.
I am happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you guys cover for me because I'm
Yeah.
only technician. I don't understand.
Yeah, we're good. We're trained. This is a trust. We're in a trust here. You've joined a trust, all right, and you're protected in our trust, and we'll protect you, and we'll protect the technology in this family. My scribes and the ones that share and care. Were the scientists
Thank
out
you.
there will love what they're hearing. It's about time this landmass, this Bonnie landmass of ours, had some, other investment other than Huawei and such laughable, commodities of 5G. I won't go there. We're not on here for that, but. Please continue with power-saving ideas that this technology can it work on an engine, a house, electricity, fuel, cars.
You see, we have been able to tap in the Mother Nature's free power called for plasma. So we tap in wherever we want, whenever we want. We have a device to tap in that energy source, wherever we want, whenever we want.
That's a nice
There
claim.
is a question from the chat. They are asking, would a magnet interfere with this technique? Because many people, they have an understanding that they think it's magnetic power that will... you don't put this on the meter to manipulate the meter. That's not what it is about.
No, but but also magnetic fields can enhance the ion and electron flow. If you have magnetic fields around water and currents, you can enhance, rather than, yes, the olden days, people may try to put a magnet to stop a disc spinning, but them days have long gone. Yeah, good Lord. Wow,
Actually,
well done, Anders.
I can tell you about the tokamak. No, let's talk about the problem with tokamak fusion reactor. We have already a solution. I wrote 4 weeks ago for those engineers working on tokamak, fixing the bugs. They never get it working. They are trying to smash the plasma energy on the other one side to the physically giant magnets on the other side, and it never will go. It never will work because we are talking about a plasma which is beyond the matter. We don't talk about the matter, magnetic matter. It's different nature. They are not working together. It's impossible. You will never see the tokamak fusion reaction work because they don't get it. Because we already have done it in our reactors. It's a plasma on both sides. You cannot have a plasma on one side and the matter on the other side. It doesn't work. It's like the second Voyager, which tried to left the solar system, couldn't, and it showed that Einstein was wrong. Actually, do you want me to tell you about?
No, I have a question. David has a question. Do you understand about Rodinian and vortex mathematics? 369 with Tesla. That's one question. Vortex mathematics and Tesla, frequency, vibration, the secrets to the universe, and then there's the Rodinian coil that's been made that allegedly harnesses the energy. It's like a copper twisting ball that they make that harnesses electricity. So these are both based on mathematics of magnetics, polarity, and ether. The open source. Tesla is one that harnessed electricity and managed it, dielectric and so forth. All right, thank you.
Actually, we don't know much about what Tesla was working with because his experiment was confiscated when he was demonstrating. He wanted to demonstrate it on the United Nations, and his lab was burned down. After that, we don't know what he's working on. We don't have much than his equation for amperes and definition. But he was on the same stuff that we are working. But we don't know.
On the same track.
Yes.
Resonance, vibration, and frequency, by any chance?
We
Yes.
don't plasma. We say that plasma is a combination of millions and billions of magnetic rays from different bodies in the universe. When these rays are coherent in the same place, adding to each other, we call it plasma. If there is different frequencies, there is all spectrum of frequency in the universe. We call it as a black matter, call it, because there is no coherent form. When you come near the bigger body, you find these rays with each other, building up the plasma, and we can use it. Actually,
like gamma rays. The Incredible Hulk, David Banner, had gamma rays put on him, and gamma rays turned him into the Incredible Hulk. An X-ray, the sun emits rays of, many rays, many spectrum of light. No,
it's a rays anyway. It's X-rays, gamma rays, or magnetic rays. It's
I
the same
understand.
thing we are talking about.
Yeah.
When it's all of those are together, so we call it as a black matter. It's not the black matter that scientists today talking about. It's not black. It means that it's not usable. There is no coherent rays in that you can use it to build something. We are not talking about the frequency. When you have the power, when you have a power station, connecting to your home grid, it doesn't matter if you have 230 volts or 110 volts or 50 hertz frequency or 250 hertz frequency. It doesn't matter for the reactor. You take what you need from the plasma. If you have 50 hertz frequency, you take it. If you have 100 hertz, you take it. In the plasma world, it doesn't matter.
Oh, so it's universal. We call this universal, yeah? It's one size fits all, plug and play. Yeah.
Actually, frequency is something, definition of frequency is when the plasma comes to the surface of the matter. It's different layers of the matter getting in the plasma. That layers in front of plasma, inside the matter, which defines the frequency. I mean, frequency is dependent on geometry of your device. It's not right to talk about frequency in the cosmos, in the space.
Yeah, it depends.
There is lost millions of frequencies. There is all the spectrum. But your device, how you have made it, how it is made, and the material decided which frequency is allowed to pass in. Otherwise, talking about the frequency, everything is frequency is not right.
Yeah.
Everything is energy or frequency. It's not right. It's just some show.
The academics have told us one thing, but we often find it's another way. What we've come to learn is not often the truth about some things, or it's not often known that there are 4 states to matter, which is where you've said the solid, the liquid, the gas, and then the plasma is the 4th state of matter. But that's not recognized on a Western level as much as it is elsewhere, where they have institutions and they have funded in the areas of health to get better. The hydrogen, we know that there's machines that you can breathe to get pure hydrogen, and breathing pure hydrogen is going to fix the inside of the body. The Gans is another form of atomic or subatomic modulation. I used to be a DJ and I used to use machines. When you said it depends what frequency your machine is tuned into, I used to be a bit of a DJ, and I'd use machines that use FM receiver, AM receiver, different bands of receivers on the radio, frequency modulation, FM, you know, VHF, UHF. I'm old school, me. I have got some equipment kicking, you know, UHF, VHF, etc. And then you have, I don't know, the areas that you're looking into. There's a electromagneto universe out there. So most things fundamentally have 4 states of matter, and they are electromagneto. And we've learned that there is, in these frequencies and variables, matter, antimatter, and dark matter. So we are at school now. You are teaching us new things. Thank you.
It's a very simple. The frequency you are experiencing, it depends on geometry of your device. That's it.
Yeah.
Should we put it in here that Ahura is a radio engineer too?
Stop it! No way, really?
Yes,
Are you?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So he knows what he's talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been designing the radio circuit board for Ericsson for 10 years.
Okay.
Low frequency, medium and high frequencies, base stations, handsets, all the spectrum. Yes, it has been helping me because my education is in microelectronic, and my work experience is in radio engineering. So it has helped me to understand this plasma technology. Nothing comes.
Would this be the same plasma that, could you use this for an engine? Could you have a plasma engine? This is just the me being a boy now, sorry, but spaceships, rockets, can we use plasma to propel, do you think? Would that be a use?
Whatever you do, the plasma as a magnetic rays, everywhere in the universe you find it.
I'm thinking anti-gravity.
Everywhere.
I'm thinking anti-gravity, to be fair. You know, propulsion. When I say propulsion, I'm thinking anti-gravity, brother. Sorry.
I don't think that I should talk about it.
That's the answer I needed. Thank you. We'll speak privately. All right, that's brilliant. Wow.
Whatever. I told you, we use just Gans from copper, zinc, and iron because they are the nearest metals, and our body is built of them. We can use heavy metals to make whatever Gans and make a huge, powerful effects. But we don't do that because we are caring about the environment, people. We want to use same material everywhere, which doesn't harm any living things.
We need a 4th member on this hangout. That was beautifully said. I'm thinking of this Swedish girl that's been, promoting for, world, pollutants, Hansel, Gretel or something.
We know about her.
Yeah, we don't talk about her.
No? Oh, wow. I didn't know this. I don't even know her name, look. Sorry. I know who I mean. Gretel, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know if that was a sore point because... Yeah, all right. My bad.
There is no business like show business.
Yes, I know. I put my hood up for this. Go on. Yeah, it's all a show. Yes, you put the child up front. The whole world is a stage, and she's acting her age, maybe.
But to educate people, it's always yes. I make money also, but I have a good karma because we educate people to new useful things. There is lots of material on Wiki, on YouTube, on Vimo, because this knowledge has been suppressed for many years, but they are spreading it on different platforms, so it can not stop anymore. So there is thousands of education programs on many different languages for everybody. I have lots of them on my business site.
I might send them
So
to our. I might send these links to our education minister, our science and affairs. Such things. I might let them. While we're sending, I'm sending notices out to certain generals and secretaries of the United Kingdom, we'll say, and communicating at higher levels of government. So whilst we're doing that and saying hello, we might also want to drop some material off like this with the substance and the form. We're men of the Creator. And, we're of this realm, but we're no part of it. So what we want to do is get that part that we're no part of firmly ejected and open the way for Gaia, for the animal kingdom, for the plant kingdom. We've got, our debts, our national debts for energy. Let's face it, debts are debts, but debts are based on, national numbers. And these numbers mean that the sons and daughters that man has, maybe 5 generations to come, will be born into a national debt. So not to mention the toxic environment of the sea and the air and the pollutants and the acid rain and so forth and so on. We're seeing a decline. We're seeing warm winters, big fires everywhere. So if the world needs a wake-up call for cleaner, greener energy, I think Mother Nature is actually telling us that now is the time, everyone. Right now is the time. So if we let the government know that we know, and then they fail to perform, that's when we would have to then look at authorizing alternative measures using our powers, because then if we don't and we stand back, we are basically putting, we're as guilty as the rest, aren't we? Because if we stand and moan and say we don't want to pollute and we don't want to see the animals dying, we are trying to preserve the earth and stop this global effect or realm-wide effect, then we need to discuss these. And these, if you've got any information you want to share for yourself, you can share that, or I'll share it in the comment section when I edit the video. If Anders, you send me some links for the scribes, and then I'll edit the video and put them in the description. So if you're on the replay, if you look under the video title, you'll find that I should have in the past, which is in the future for you, edited and put all the links in for you. All right.
Yes, I have been putting out the link to our website, and if you go to technique, or I have to see here what it says actually. If you go to technology, there on the website, that's plasmakit.org, then you have the links down there, and then you go to the links, and there is hundreds and hundreds of videos about all this. So everybody can educate themselves, they can start to do their own experiments, everything. So this is free, this is open to everybody that wants to learn, that wants to experiment with it.
Yes, we've got scientists in the house, so thank you. They can go there, get links and learn more, can they, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to put out the link again.
Yes, muchas gracias. Thank you.
Yeah. You go on now, Ahura Master.
Ahura.
And hopefully people report back about their experience when they are experimenting. It's the only thing which is important is there is lots of free educational material, lots of people, community that helps you, whatever. And please leave back your feedbacks about your experiences, about your experiment results. Because
we'll get you back.
Help each other. We help each other. Otherwise, there is no help from governments and everywhere. We people have to take care of ourselves.
It is a bit like monkey see, monkey do.
No, but if we, it is. You're right. It's only by going out there and doing the work and not relying on others. It's faith. We rely on faith of what we're told, or we go and double check it. You are allowed to go and double check your science and facts. Thinking is not illegal. Double checking and asking for second opinions is not illegal, and we have a duty and a moral obligation to ourselves and to our family to provide the best care medically. If there is a remedy for something, now I use that word unilaterally, because remedy in law and remedy medically. If we can help the pain and suffering and ease, and get rid of conditions, and you've said viruses, conditions, power, energy consumption. This has got quite a universal application, and it's got unilateral applications within the realms of, the remedies that we could give for man, and man's benefits of power. So if there are ones out there that are saying there's a problem, and that they are going to have to sanction, and we'll say cars, engines, there's a thing in the paper, the news at the minute, fuel, diesel, petrol, battery cars, moving on to lithium and, greener energy. So the AI is coming in. So this is the time for the 2020, the indigos, crystals, light workers, we can make a decision, we have a voice and we have an opinion. And if there's technology and sciences that are thousands of years old, that are very simple, that can easily and effectively enhance our way and stop the pollution and give us more power, then I think everybody, would be interested. And it's not against any rules, not that I know of, to have a chat, and we can get you back, and we can keep, we can give others a chance to catch up and make some GANs. I don't know myself how you set up making GANs and how much knowledge you need, but I think, I'd like to know. Go on, Anders. Yeah.
I have to say that this is not rocket science, what they say. It is like, I was meeting Ahura maybe 8 months ago, and I didn't know anything about the plasma, but since I've been meeting him and we have been talking about this and doing experiments, I've been learning so much about this. I've been learning so much about this. And it is not, like I say, it is not rocket science. Everybody can learn this, because this is universal logic. That's what I call it, because everything hangs together. If you learn this, you can know how everything works in nature, because nature is the driving force here, Yeah. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, simple is it, because it's beautiful, simple. Everybody can understand. Just keep on experimenting.
Yes, and like Dr. Keshe said too, whatever sort of GANs you are doing, it is your intention of what you want to do that makes the GANs. So you don't have to look exactly for this is, I need this to make this, It is your intention. Now I want to make something for this.
Yes, of course. It's your thought is magnetic, is of magnetic property.
Yes.
So it is. It's so beautiful. It's so natural. When you play with it, you find I challenge everybody to find something negative about it. I haven't been able. I am so agnostic about everything, but I cannot find anything negative. What am I supposed to say?
When I met Ahura the first time, I thought he was so negative, and he thought I was so positive. But with this Gans, the plasma, we have been balancing each other. So we have been meeting now, so that we are not depressed, or we are not over happy. We are in a nice mood now, and we understand each other on the same level too. That's really strange how this plasma affect us.
My job is not to be optimist. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm here looking for problems to solve.
Yes.
That's great. That's really so what you're saying is, if you are like, I have a lot of energy and my cup runneth over, I speak too much, I speak too fast, so this will help balance my biorhythm, the body's biorhythm.
Yes.
let's ask the chat what they think, you know, about you, because you always had loads of energy, but now you're really calm, you know.
I'm changing
David.
a bit. Yeah, I am changing
Yeah,
a bit.
David, I can see it on you. Ask the chat what they think.
Maybe, yeah, maybe they do think.
Yeah, but the emotion is a very, very important part of us. We cannot ignore it. And emotion, but as a creation process and how the life has been come on the earth. So we find that the emotion is the part of you trying to survive. It's a symbiont relationship between your emotion and your body.
Symbiotic.
They are serving each other. So it's a very beautiful theories from different medical doctors working with Dr. Kesher. I remember it from 12 years ago. The way they are describing how the life become on the earth is so simple and understandable. You don't need to go to a Star Trek to find out how life become. Simple is beautiful. Beautiful is right.
Yes, we like that. Yes, it's got overcomplicated. Yes, it has indeed. So, I like what you said there. That's it's got effects. So if you was if there was a couple, a man and a wife, a family, you could benefit from this by you can put this around water. If I had distilled water in a jar, I could put this around it and it would energize the water, would it? You do stuff like this?
Yes, you know that Gans is radioactive, so you can drink it or have it video. So you can use it as a radiative effect or drink it and it goes through your body. It does the same job. Or you can have a coil radiative reactor as I do for my power generators, and you use different Gans on the coil system, so you're radiating out that Gans.
Oh, brilliant!
So it depends different ways to benefit from Gans.
Yeah, we have to be clear on one thing, that you don't drink the pure Gans, you drink the Gans water.
Yeah, you've said it's radioactive as well, which means it radiates. It doesn't mean to say that it's radioactive and it will burn you and you will you will go to hospital.
It depends. If you make it on plutonium, then it's harmful.
No, we don't.
But you do it on a copper.
Yes.
90% of metals in your body is copper.
Yeah.
So you don't harm yourself with zinc, copper, or iron. We don't go behind that.
There you go.
We keep us in the amino acid environment.
Amino acids. Yeah.
Maybe you should explain about the iron Gans, because that has other properties that is actually giving energy. So it's building up. So for example, if you have cancer, then you should never use iron Gans, because that's giving energy to the cancer.
Really?
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's a virus or cancer is the same mechanism, you say.
Yes.
Okay.
If you use the magnetical Gans, you give power to the mechanism. You don't give the cancer cells power. You want to suck the power from them.
Yeah.
As the virus.
And how do you do that?
It's the same mechanism.
Yeah.
It's the same mechanism. You use a gravitational Gans. That means CO2, zinc, or copper monoxide.
But if you're healthy, you can use the iron Gans, and then you will benefit from it.
Because
you will grow from it. You will grow. You will get power from it. But you have to be healthy.
If I'm honest, I think I'd like to try an iron Gans, because that might actually, because of the way it works, it might balance me out very quickly, because I am energetic anyway. So it would.
Make your nose grow.
Well,
actually, I did try 5 days without. I went without food. Used only Gans water. I know people in university in Germany tried it in many months. They was about to lose the stomach really. So you can use it as a food, but you need to complement with the vitamins. I use the iron Gans at the morning only because at the morning you need energy.
Yeah.
And the rest of the day I had the CO2, zinc, or copper monoxide 3 times, not more than that. I never felt hungry. I didn't need anything.
No way.
In
no
5
way.
5 days, you cannot get potatoes to the space with you.
No, so we're talking space technology here. That's what you're feeding yourself when you're out in space.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not been to space. I don't know about this. I'm not an astronaut.
No, but that's the intention of it, the meaning of it. That's why the science came up with it.
Because there's no gravity and there's all these factors to think about, and radiation in space, Van Halen belt, ultra radiation.
The only you need is to protect you from harmful gravitation. You need food and you need medical treatment, but there is no doctor, there is no cook. So you have to make it by yourself.
Yeah.
The chef is the correct name, not cock.
Leave him alone. He can. You can't have a go at Enki.
So all this is actually about simple. Space technology is about simple, robust, and cheap solutions. That's it.
That's like the Occam's razor. Yes, the simplest way is often the best. Is it Occam's razor? Yes.
Yes.
What have you mentioned that you let's just stop everything and go somewhere else. You mentioned that you like Sumer and Babylon, and you've looked at history and you're looking for Enki. Can you tell us some of your interest there, or what you know of Sumer, Babylon, such things as? Have you got any interest? Thank you.
Actually, there is lots of information there. Oxford has been translating about over 1,000 tablets, and they are going to translate more than 1,000 tablets waiting for translation. Nowadays, people can read about it everywhere, but because I have been reading about it and looking after them, as I wrote in my books, I'm looking for ways to help humanity after that micronova happens.
Maybe you should tell them what the name of your book is and where they can get the book.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, by all means.
It's complicated name again. Okay. Author name is Zepeto, as Geppetto, Pinocchio's papa. It is Zepeto, double T, double O. On Amazon, I have electronic books, 2 small roman. So, actually, as people are printing money, as there is no future, looking at the elite, you can guess that they don't care about anything because they know something big is on the way. How in hell could anybody print more than $400 trillion in 3 years? It says you that they don't care anymore. Why? Why is that? Because they know something big is on the way. So they are preparing for after that.
What's the mini nova? You mentioned, and we all feel something big is on the way. I won't argue with that. But you said a
No,
mini nova.
we know that the micronova happens
Micronova.
every 12,000 years. It's confirmed from
Micronova.
different-
What's this? Is this anything to do with the 21st of December 2020 by any chance?
No,
Thank goodness.
no.
Woo.
My date, the closing window is 2046, which is confirmed by, as I said, Martin Armstrong, the econom. The windows is there. You remember for 3 years ago, the Pope came out and said it's the last Christmas. The Queen came out and said the same thing. You have to look at the elites to find about the timing.
We do.
Because
we have done. Don't worry.
They don't give out the timing. We have to find it through looking at these actions.
Yeah, we know this. The planets, the luminaries, and so what is this mini nova then? What's this? What you 2046? What happened there? What's going on?
It's the latest. It's micronova is. It's about the sun is putting out or releasing its huge pulse. This happens before every ice age, every 12 12,000 years on Earth.
Yeah.
Actually, let me say,
right.
say that aliens doesn't choose Earth to be their permanent home because it's too unstable. Earth is too unstable for them to big up their civilization here because all aliens come and go. Every 12,000 years we get that micronova, ice age, and the rest. And 90% of humanity disappears.
I've looked into
Check it.
Yes, I have checked it and looked at ancient civilizations and Tartaria, Atlantis, and it's into.
Earth is too unstable. It's because it's a temporary place. No aliens want to be here.
If we have such things, if the solar, celestial objects such as the sun, it could grow, it could expand. I'm not sure exactly where we are and what we are. I'm trying to work that out myself with the fam here, but we have a very good idea of what's going on. As above, so below. So below, as above. Yes. Thoth. Do you ever know of the man Hermes Trismegistus or Thoth, Toth, the bird head man? Do you know of him? What do you think of that story? If you do,
the bird head man. Nobody knows really about the bird head man. Really, it's different. The different people has interpreted differently. But the Thoth, the son of Enki, is the one I have been looking for, and I wrote about him.
Okay.
It's he has got the job to help humanity to evolve. We all like them. They made us, so we all like them. They are bad and good, and they change behavior, they change roles. But few of them has been through history making the same appearances like Yehovah, like Thoth has been in Atlantic, in Egypt, in Jerusalem. My novel. Now I was writing my second book, which is called Before Killshot. I find the truth report from, I think it's from Thoth, Enki's son. It's exactly what I was looking for. It made me to stop writing the rest of the book
Wow.
and making place for that report, only to make the one more instance of that report if the original instance disappears. It's so complete, telling the truth in many million years of Earth's history and aliens and their contact with humans. Exactly. You can check it, you can read it and learn about it. Exactly what
Well, I'd like just to interrupt and say that when that boy throwing the stone into the cave and discovering that there was some scrolls in a pot and finding the Dead Sea Scrolls with the texting of what it had, they've kind of not let on. There's evidences of, in the book of Enoch, does somebody not go up to the heavens in a chariot of fire? That's telling you that there's a rocket alien spaceship. Yes, Eric von Daniken. I've been following Brother Eric von Daniken for some years, and I like his works and studies. And there are connotations of sky gods, Anunnaki, Nephilim, Anunnaki, depending on where you're from, how you say it, and chariots of fire. So we have to look at the pre-Christian antiquities, the eras of antiquities, and pre that, it goes a long way, all the way back to Ishtar and Zoroastrianism is where I and Santos and a few others have discussed and looked at the origins of, but atomic or atom, and the way man is conception, when a sperm and an egg, and the egg is fertilized in the mum's tummy, and you have the creation of man. We've looked at the the zygote and the atoms, and how man goes through evolution, the lizard, and all the way up to the fetus, and then you're 9 months a fetus, and then you're born in a baby. So we look at the family, who bonded us, the churches, the Bibles, the language, the bankers, the monarchy, the war, and I think you and I and Anders will have some more podcasts, and I think we'll have some good chats, boys. Definitely.
What is important here to understand too, that this plasma technique, why we are doing this now, it is to preparing for what's coming. So we have food, so we have energy.
Yeah.
And nutrition, medicine, that's why we are doing this now. So we are preparing, and we want to teach as many people as possible so they can do it themselves, so they can survive when it's coming.
How does this
We're not out to scare anyone or anything. We just want to make people self-sufficient.
How does that do that? Could you explain how you could survive on this then? Just briefly summarize how you would survive on such stuff.
You can make a food of it. As I said, you can just only drinking Gans water you can survive. But you can take your vitamins, pulverize it, and put the CO2 Gans water on it. So you don't use the vitamins you have. You just use the water, Gans water of it. So
that means that the vitamins gonna put the energy out in the water. So it's gonna be radioactive in a way. I'm just talking like so we understand.
I mean, you save your vitamin pills. 10 pills can make the whole. You can have only 10 pills of C vitamins when you pulverize it and put the CO2 Gans on it, and you just drink the Gans water. So that 10 pills can take you through the whole year. In that case, you can save lots.
What? Really? Okay.
Yes, of course. Because you save the Gans. You just drink the water.
Yeah.
Above the Gans.
Yeah.
And the same information from Gans is transported to the water. So it's the water memory we're talking about. So there is difference. You can make your food and non-coat it, save it in 100 years.
Can it keep water fresh? Can you keep water fresh then for longer?
Of course,
because we have a problem.
I have an experiment.
Go on,
I have an experiment here in 3 years. I have one here. This water has been in this water in 3 years.
Wow. Yeah.
Never gets bad.
No.
Now you can experiment in
3
your fish tank.
Yeah.
It's the best way to see the effect.
That's what I'm doing. I have a fish tank on 100 gallon, and I put Gans in it. I put silver water in it too, and I'm checking the fishes because when you buy the fishes, some of them they have this candida growing on them. You know?
The white fluff.
Yes, and that is disappearing from those fishes, and it's not growing. I don't say that it's not growing any algae anymore, because it does. But those algae are good algae, what the fish is eating, you know. So good stuffs is surviving, bad stuffs is disappearing.
Yes. Okay. So that's the type. What Gans did you use on the fish tank, please? Gravity.
I was using the same Gans as in the necklace.
Yes.
Because it's all about the intention too, what you want the Gans to do.
No, but we've got the gravity and we've got the magnetic, haven't we? He said there is the two types of fields.
That doesn't affect the fishes, the gravity and magnetic. It's the other, I'm not that good in English, but it's the other compound of it, or the other effect of it that makes this. And like I said, we don't know very much about this technique because it's only like 10 years old. So we have to learn the whole time. You can spray this Gans water on the vegetables, and they will grow like 25-30% bigger, and they will be they will have the power to resist sickness, diseases, things, and they can exercise.
So crops.
So many areas we can use this in, and we don't know all the areas yet. So that's why we need people to try it and test it on everything. You can use it in the kitchen. When you're cleaning, you are using this water, and it takes away the viruses, everything. You know, there is so many things you can do with this stuff.
Can we mix this with Victor Schauberger technology, with the toroidal mixing then as well? And wow, yes, you could really enhance crops then. Come on.
There is hundreds of education material. When you can, there is a private teaching, free teaching, teaching for doctors, teaching for military, and it costs. It costs lots to be a student of Keshe Foundation. I haven't been a student of him, but I know all of you can find it on their sites. It costs about €1,000 per few weeks to be with the private teaching. But everything is free for Africa continent. So it's Ghana University is the front running the technology, helping people. Cleaning. But it's so much so much material. It's so many people. It's so many books have been written by doctors and engineers. It's unbelievable that nobody looks at that.
It is unbelievable. And I'm guilty.
It's growing fast. And as I said, we were only fewer than 100 for 12 years ago. Now it's over 1 million people. You get to check the site, his site, and learn. That's it.
That is not really true that you haven't been studying with Keshe because you have been studying Keshe. You've been studying his work. So you haven't been studying with him, but
I haven't been a student of him, no.
No.
I prefer to work on my own.
Yes.
Lonely wolf.
Yeah, like we said, that we have to do it ourselves, so we don't have any pre-made thoughts about how it should work. So we have to empty our brains and learn new stuff. That's what we have to do.
Yes, that's right. We have to forget.
It's challenging. It's when you need to transfer all your knowledge, your behavior, your discipline, transfer them to other platforms from the beginning, like moving to another planet. You need to begin thinking from beginning, from scratch, transferring everything. It's challenging, and I like it. It's because I like basic research. So when you think you find a new challenge, new technology platform, you need to transfer all your knowledge.
Yeah.
To be able to think on that platform. And lots of people doing it by them in the classroom or by themselves. We need both of source researchers, really.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll have more podcasts with this, Anders, you and I, and then we will have to describe some of these. I'll go through the comments shortly, and I see Anders looking up like a meerkat at the TV, so he's keeping an eye on the comments. And is there any questions around Anders, my co-host?
Yeah, there is actually.
Thank you.
There is somebody that says, see here, it was about the intent here. Oh, I'm so slow. I'm Swedish. So, see here. No, I can't find it right now. Maybe they can put in the questions again.
No, I'll have a look as well.
Actually, I think it's better that you put up the questions, David, because this is your show.
I know, I roped you in. I was crafted, and I'm a crafty fox. That was a tacit agreement that you soon woke up to, and I should have known better. I should have known better. Wow, we have been busy tonight. We have been busy. While I'm looking for questions, can you tell me how it has affected? Have you helped anybody with this in your life, with your family, friends? How has this helped you, other than living on it? Then, please.
I used that first by myself. I was sick for many years. I was put on the morphine in 6 years.
Oxycontin, the strongest shit.
At least 100 milligram per day, Oxycontin. I had an injury after a car crash. So it's 5 years. I left all that shit because of this technology. I remember that one I had on my arm for 4 weeks. In the period that I left blood to clinic every week, they were testing my blood every week. So after 4 weeks, the doctor told me, "What are you doing? Your blood is like a 20 years old guy. What are you eating?"
But we have to fill in here that Ahura, he is not completely well. Sometimes he got problem with his back still, but it's not like it used to be.
Something doesn't kill you, make you stronger, they say.
Yes.
I'd like to agree there and say we've got a sister called Amanda, and they've said the plasma necklace from Anders for my dog and myself. That was phenomenal communication and energy. Do you know someone called Amanda, Anders?
Yes, that's actually Amanda Whittle from England, and I was visiting her this Christmas, and I've been sending her a necklace, and she put it on to her dog and on herself, and I speak to her every second day, and I can hear that dog is actually talking to her now in another language. The dog is not the dog was always barking when we was on the phone together, but now it is. I don't know what to say. It's like the dog is playful. It is doing the most strangest sound, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really amazing what's happening there, and I'm asking her what her experience is about it, because I want to know how it
brilliant.
Because I want to know how it affects us. And she said the dog is so strange. No, not in a bad way. It's more like they understand each other. And that sounds really strange, you know. But if you have animals yourself, then you know about this, that you have a connection with a dog, you have a language with a dog. But this language have been, what is the name? Extinct, no? Help me here. It's been evolving. The language between them has been evolving now. So it's a sort of a new language that she has to learn too. You know what I mean?
All right, that's amazing. That's brilliant. Wow. Okay, thank you. Of
course, the dog is not speaking to her with words or something, but the dog is different only because of this necklace. So it seems like it wants to make a contact or something. That's what I can see from it. And it's not fact or anything, you know. It's just my thoughts about it. And like I said, when we have to do with this plasma, we have to be open-minded.
There is lots of benefits in different kind of benefits, really. Yeah. But I'm concentrating on those devices. I can get some effects reducing our footprint on Mother Nature, but emotionally, it's overall improvement, really, for everyone, even animals. Even vegetables, trees. Just try it and see.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me. Just try it.
And you don't
go on. There is different testimonies. There's thousands of different testimonies. People by themselves, they are living on YouTube everywhere about their experiments and results. It's beautiful.
And what would you search? What do you put into YouTube to search? Gans? Are you talking plasma, Gans?
Just write Keshe.
Keshe. All right then.
We used to get lots of trolls for a few years ago.
Yeah.
Thousands of trolls trying to.
Oh, we still get them.
But they gave up because they couldn't find anything.
They can't fight with logic.
After a few years, they gave up all of them.
Okay.
But it used to be lots of trolls. But on the testimony side, on keshefoundation.org, it's lots of testimonies also. You can look at thousands of them. There is a different solar panel, Project Chameleon, lots of different journalists has been interviewing people working with this technology in Australia, everywhere. Farmers in Australia, how they keep their work saved from the harsh environment.
Yeah, you're talking about Kerry Cassidy from the Camelot Project.
Where's that? In Australia?
No, it was an American channel. Kerry Cassidy from Project Camelot.
She interviewed him for 7 years ago, I think.
Okay.
But there is too many. No, so also her name is. It's very good interview for farmers. Really, I can find it here. the show belongs to Sarah.
They're not asking the right questions. They're not asking the right
Sarah,
questions because they kind of think they already know the answers.
Sorry.
Is it Sarah Westall?
Yeah, Sarah Westall, yes.
Yes.
She
Again?
had an interview with the farmers in Australia.
Hang
Very
on.
good interview. 40 years ago.
We met
How
Sarah.
farmers
Okay.
can use it.
Oh, right. Sarah Westall, all farmers can use it.
I can find it. It was for 2 years ago. I don't go back and check every day. But
No, I
there
will
is
check.
people doing it.
Yeah, we will check. I know Sarah Westall from an interview that I've shared with her recently from a year ago with Mauro Biglino, an Italian researcher. Mauro Biglino was an Italian translator at the Vatican, and he's now telling
Yes.
he's doing presentations. Mauro is. Well done, grazie Mauro. Bella. Yeah. So Sarah Westall interviewed him. So I know exactly who you mean. We'll find it. Yeah, thank you.
I need time to find that a specific interview, but there is so many. It's unbelievable. So many people working with it. But the energy device is unique because I don't have any report of any other being successful to make it. It's very tricky, but we have done it.
Well done. Thank you for sharing. Thank you very much. We're not going yet, but we're going to start to wrap up, and we'll get off in about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll finish the cast, but thank you very much for coming on and sharing and being open and telling us your facts and science. It's been a pleasure to meet you. I'm very happy that Anders has introduced you to me and the family and the trust. We thank you very much on behalf of the scribes and the fam and the ones that have come along like Amanda and testified to the technology. Thank you, Amanda, for backing up Brother Anders and Brother Enki here, as is known. Wow.
Ahura Master.
Ahura reminds me, you see, when he first said it, and I heard Ahura, and he said it Persian, blah, 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 I didn't really have it twig, but there not a character on Star Trek called Ahura with big earrings. Ahura. Yeah, and that's now I hear it. I only ever hear this name on Star Trek.
No, but that
Ahura.
was Ahura with the big ears.
Yeah, but you're a well-balanced man. You're into radios, as you know about radio frequency then as well, vibration. You must know about the quantum, the double slit experiment with the quantum then. You're aware of the quantum round, and you'll know mathematics because you're a scientist, and pi and phi and the golden ratio. These are the old languages.
Yes, we do. We work with that, yes. We work lots with the golden ratio, secret geometry in this design. I work with catching stuff. It's lots of that.
Yeah. Cymatics, the cymatics with the sound of sonic and the shape, yeah.
The geometry is the most important.
Yes.
And because of that, the secret geometry, golden ratio, everything we do, every coil I do, or the geometric distance would be dividable with 9.
9. Yeah, 9 is the divine 9. Number 9 is special. It's got the interior angles of the first shapes. I won't go into it now, but yes, I'm looking into these numbers and the mathematics and the rhythm. And yes, thank you. Anders, what do you want to say, brother?
Yeah, I want to say I can read in the chat now that there comes up many comments about Carrie Cassie, that she's not trustable and things like that. But that has nothing to do with her guests. So if you want to learn something, you can't have any thoughts about an interviewer. It's not about the interviewer, it's about the guests we are talking about here.
Not the
That's
corrupt media that makes the guest look like a fruitcake or whatever. Or I'm not sure who Cassie is, but all right, thank you for that.
However, Dr. Keshe accepted her to be interviewed.
Yes, and Dr. Keshe, he is not easy to interview. And Carrie Cassidy, in the beginning, when I was listening to her, I was so irritated at her because she was breaking them off the whole time. But I understand now because she wanted to come to a point in the questions.
Yeah,
she was more interested in UFOs and so on. But Dr. Keshe said, I don't. Yes. I know about it, but it's the technology I want to talk about.
It's a show. Remember, the whole world is a stage. This is a show. They have a Hollywood stick, and they have to portray certain things in a certain environment. Guilty by association. Language is a tool, and our conversation. There is an art to a conversation, and the media realm does not know that art. They are performing. They have a target to do, like a military battle has a performance. How well did you perform? Did you win or lose? Actors have a performance, and we've got to perform for our family, I'm afraid. So, the interviewers are often there to sometimes make the subject matter, belittle it, and to water it down, we'll say. So I'll just big up. I don't know anything about what's going off here with this, but I do know from previous experience what the mass media do and how they do it. So big up to you. Nice one. Well said, Anders. That was a really nice comment you made there. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, but my point is that even if people don't like Carrie Cassidy, you shouldn't throw out the baby with washing water, you know?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes.
I love you.
That's what I mean, because there is many good guests and loads of information.
Wow, that is a prophetic saying. I like that. Well said. Ahura, Master, is there anything else you'd like to add or say, or anything about your books or works or findings, studies? Over to you. You can close it down. I'll look in the room.
I like to just to say that there is no help to bring in if we don't do it by ourselves. It's the future. When there is nobody, everybody has gone down in the bunkers, those who had money to pay for that. We are staying on the surface and something big happening. We have to take care of each other. We have to learn to take care of everything. Those with money and power, they are already inside the bunkers with champagne in hand, waiting to come up and live like kings again. We have to take care of each other. It's the day, it's for that day we are preparing. Thank you.
Thank you. That's beautiful. That's if you'd like to come back and chat, we can have a private chat and arrange a subject matter. We have got an interest in history and lineages. If you are researching and you've got some findings, we have some regarding Babylon, Sumer. Like I say, the Enuma Elish, the Battle of Gilgamesh, Zoroastrianism, the Romans, Christian Crusades and Catholicism, the monotheism now. We have money, Mooney, and monotheism, one God. We have Elohim, which is allegedly translates as gods. Allegedly, I say. So we have we have a lot in common without knowing it. We have similar interests, similar background. I know of Marconi. I know the name Marconi and radio and Tesla. Tesla getting awarded the radio inventor award sometime after his death, but it's no longer with Marconi. I know about Stymex. I know about Warncliffe and all of these. Yes, Eric Dollard. There's a man from some time ago that taught me about electricity Eric Dollard, he was a government worker that went to live in the desert and started to talk about, the sun and electricity, plasma, dielectric, all of this stuff. So you have a fantastic mind, I dare say. Ahura master, Enki, my new brother. And thank you, Anders, for such a privilege and an honour for this. I just want to give this man a voice. All I want to do is give him a voice. If we can share what's in brother Ahura master's head, and you want to share, then you can come back here and chat with us. All right, bro. Yeah.
We will be back, and I'm thanking you for giving us the opportunity to come up here with Ahura Master. That's a really good thing here. That's what we only want to get the message out. That's the most important here.
It is, and if it's simple to do, we haven't discussed how you make Gans. What do you need to make Gans? Do you need a big house? Do you need a garage? Do you need 10 car batteries? Roughly, could you talk through how you make it or how long it takes? What ingredients do you need? If it was a cake, what would you put on the shopping list? Thank you.
3 kind of metals: iron, copper, zinc.
Yeah.
Salt and water.
Yeah.
Plastic container.
Yeah.
That's it. The rest is
wow.
Experience.
I'm glad I asked. Can you repeat that, please? The ingredients are
iron, copper, zinc, and salt and water.
A plastic container.
And a 1.5 volt battery, that's old, used one. So it's only like a couple of, some millivolts in it left, It's only to start the reaction, and then it will continue by itself after that.
So it will save time, otherwise you don't need that either.
Yes.
All right, then. I'm glad I asked that. There you go, Scribes. That's helped you out there. It's not a massive...
It takes time. It's like making cheese. Everybody can make cheese, but different cheese have totally different prices. Why? It takes time to master details. So it takes time. But it's fun to experiment, because as soon as you begin to experiment with it, you will feel the positive effect of it in different ways, and you will love it.
And I see in the chat that many people are confused, but I'm putting out a link again here to our website, and then they go into technologies and they go down to links, and then they can read themselves, because this is really important that you educate yourself in this.
Well, yeah, I think there's an ongoing chat with Fly on the Wall and others. There's other topics going off in the chat there, and some are, I don't know if the meth business was actually Eric's fault. I did hear about that, Tommy. A terrible waste of a brilliant brain, but there's a brilliant brain in this room as well, in this house family trust. The title of the video, Ahura Master, is the Persian name calling, did you say, for Enki, and this is technology that is quite old, like ancient, sacred Vimana type era, and all we're doing is bringing to you, you'd have to rewind and go from the beginning, a comprehensive summarization, a review of the Gans fluid plasma atomic balanced resonant frequency, and it sounds quite complicated the way I've just put it there, but he's just give you a shopping list, and there was 6 items on it, okay, and that included a 7th edition late in by Anders, but I'll allow it, of a dead battery. So that's easy to find. We'll allow that. So that's what I'm here to do a job, and I'll give you the information. So if you are lost, you may be lost in the chat thread. If you're not lost in the chat thread and you are paying attention and attentively following us, then Anders will put the link in for the .org where we can get the further information on this sacred, ancient, simple, atomic-based technology from Ahura Master, aka Enki. That's the name there. He doesn't actually think he's Enki. That's just a play on words so we can allow him some privacy whilst we discuss this technology, benefits for health, benefits for fuel, benefits for, you put it beautifully earlier, Mother Nature, the earth, the environment, Gaia itself. So that's easy. You've got the Keshe Foundation that we can enhance upon, and we'll have some more chats later on and go through any of the areas where people are confused. If you do get it and you're going to run with it, then well done. If you are a budding scientist, an indigo, etc., then I dare say you'll have some fun. There's no danger here. There's no toxic chemicals. There's no hazardous items. They're everyday household objects. So I can't see any liability anywhere with copper, zinc, water, a plastic container, a dead battery. It sounds like an A-team. Sounds like something B.A. Baracus used to go in a shed with and come out with a tank afterwards. So we're all right on the liability. We're not telling anybody to do anything. You're just presenting your findings, which is called discovery, and we are all about that. So thank you all. Somebody's asked what matter would Wi-Fi be? If that could be answered, is Wi-Fi a matter, a state, a frequency? It's a vibration, isn't it? A radio frequency, Wi-Fi, is it not?
It's some high frequency vibration. It's a transmitter of some effects, 15, 40 watts via Wi-Fi or via your cell phone. It's the same technology. It's different frequencies. It doesn't matter how high frequency is. It's the power transmitted to you is the matter. If it's 20 gigahertz frequency, but the power is 12 watt, then it's not harmful. You mean frequency itself is not harmful, high frequency. It's the power delivering to your skin, to your body.
Microwave, Yeah, go on.
It could be even microwave, but that power, like a 5G, but the power is below 20 watts, so it cannot harm you. People shouldn't listen too much to YouTube shows. The people that not scientists, fear-mongering about lots of things they don't understand.
Wow. Okay.
Just check the power level. If there is high power level, then every frequency emitting that power could harm you. If it's low power, so it cannot harm you.
I can fill in there too that Ahura was telling me about this. We had a big discussions about this, and he said the thing with 5G that you have to be most careful with is that's the technique behind it, the surveillance. That's what we have to be scared of, because they are putting in cameras, microphones, everything. That's what we have to be scared of.
Well, not scared, wary. I'm not a scared man. I'll correct you there. We have to be wary. We have to be aware of the risks. Yes. And I'd argue that this is not a telephone anymore. It's a computer that has a phone built into it. I do not carry around a mobile telephone. I carry around a mobile, algorithmic, AI conscious monitoring computer. And it also has a phone on it. Yes, that's how I look at it, brothers.
The only thing they can do is face recognition, because it means picture transfer of lots of data. Therefore, they have been waiting for 5G, which is not radio. 5G is a microwave technology. It's not a radio technology. It doesn't belong to Ericsson, Siemens. Also, it's microwave technology they are using, and it's only because of surveillance. Otherwise, there is no benefit in that. So, it cannot harm you either, because it's low effect. Yes, of course, you can harm yourself with drinking water also. If you drink tens of liters per hour. So it depends on if you have your cell phone 24 hours behind your ear, so you get harm, you get the damage of that.
Yeah, it's the power. I can second that. It's the power emitted and radio waves quality. So you're saying frequencies themselves aren't necessarily the harmful. So when we say frequencies, we mean bandwidth. None of us, except yourself, your good self, are really qualified to speak about this. I'm not a scientist. I haven't studied this, but I know about bandwidth and radios, and I know that the Bosnian pyramid gives out a scalar wave, and I know about waves and linear waves and standing waves and non-linear waves and all of this, and music trained that I am, but I'm no scientist. So I understand when you say the words power, because then I think of amplifier. If I've got a weak amplifier and a real good kick-ass song, it won't get heard unless I've got a big enough amplifier. So it's the amplification of the actual frequency, and that the bandwidth of the frequencies, microwave and Hertzian wave, Hertz, Hertzian, HRTZ, HERTZ, Hertz. So we know about this. Yeah, I follow what you're saying, and I thank you for that, brother.
5G actually was used in the beginning, scanning the DNA, because the wavelength is too little, so it's enough to scan the DNA. When it goes that way, the wavelength, very high frequency means very small wavelengths.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yes. But the power level is the thing you have to think about it. That's it.
Yeah, but microwave, I would argue that microwave technology versus a different type of technology would be a lot safer and better. If microwave technology interferes with bees and if it interferes with wildlife, then we don't use it. We use something that is universal, harmonious, like the Akashic records or the halls of Amente, where I often frequent myself of an evening. I like to ensconce myself in a dark corner. If you don't know what the halls of Amente, it's something to do with Thoth. I'm just saying that.
As I wrote in my book, 5G will go away very soon. We are going to have a technology using the entanglement of particles later on. But whatever the elites once have that 5G, they are going to make it. We cannot stop them. But it's not technology that will survive many years. I don't think so. We have much better technology coming soon, and it doesn't require millions of dollars.
Excuse me, because I've got to get off soon. I've gone pressed for time. But may I just ask you, are you familiar with the Zed pillar, the 3 rock pillar that I used as a thumbnail, the ancient system of stones, DJED? Please research the DJED pillar, and you will see it's from ancient Egypt. It's in all of the encodings of the codex of antiquities, and it's to do with power, and it's an atomic ethereal level. So if I can give you something, I will be most grateful and humbled. Yeah, please research the Zed pillar.
Just think of all these domes they have made over the buildings everywhere of copper.
Yeah.
Why of copper? And why that antenna
Well, on the church. On the church. The church has this.
Transmitting information.
What?
And check the attitude and latitude of all these antennas on the map. You find it has been planned all the way, everywhere over the globe.
Why did you go and do that?
We have to live through the period. All history has been edited. It's very it's very tough to find truth in anything. As I used to say, upon examination, everything breaks down to BS. So the history has been edited so powerfully. It's impossible to find any truth anymore.
Well, we found you, and you're speaking a lot of truth. We like you. Wow, I'm going to give you some big hearts. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and you take care now, David, and we'll see each other later.
If you two can stay there, all right, just stay there, boys, and I'll end the cast, and I'll just say, this is an honour and a privilege to have such a brain, a mind, and a heart, a soul, a consciousness as Anders here, let alone when he brings in a man that we give the title calling of Ahura master to Enki, but that's just a play on words, and it has been fun. We have a lot of technology coming, and I believe that this brother here has got a heart of gold, and he's done a good thing by sharing with Anders, and then Anders has shared with me, and I've shared with you. So now you need to decide who you're going to share with, and we will have a hangout with Kev, myself, and an interactive chat. I see a lot of comments, so thank you for them. I have got to do a job, and then I've been out in the graft today, servitude, war with the K, work, and I'm very weak and tired. This bracelet I've been wearing has seemed to, if I'm honest, I know it's calmed my body. I know it's calmed my body down, but I'm not going to tell anybody what it's calmed down, and that's because I've got a private life, and I've got my body and my biorhythms and things are, other than my hyperactivity, or my private business. So what I want to give to you is that it has done things, and I have noticed a positive effect with this, but it might be a placebo effect, but I know that atoms and science doesn't lie, and I'm very grateful for you, Anders, and also for brother Ahura of the Master family for your time and for your knowledge, and we'll use it wisely, I promise you, and we won't be monetizing it or making millions from it. We'll be making it sure everyone has it that needs it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Ciao bello. Ciao bello.
So thank you, scribes. You're going. The brothers are going to stay here, and you can say bye if you want. Ahura, you want to say bye to them?
Thank you very much. Take care of each other. See you later.
Bless you. Simple and effective. Much love. See you later, scribes, and thank you for your comments. We shall be back. There will be a part 2. Oh yes, this was just an interview, a first little hello. So we see you soon. All right, take care. Much love, and thank you all. Bless.